apologize. Please go ahead.
Good evening. Thank you for giving me the last question. You said something that is very interesting when you said that it's our responsibility to make the generation after us a bit better. And for me, as a young mother, it's quite a concern. And I would like to ask you, Sadhguru, if you have 3 tips to give me as a mom on how to protect my children from disconnections of themselves while living in this society, what would it be?
Would you give us your name, please?
My name is Marie.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mary, the 3 tips are involvement and deeper involvement.
Wow.
Because…
And it never stops. It never stops.
No, if they do well, it stops.
Oh really? Really? We have to let go? Really?
Whether you let go or if you let go, it'll happen in a beautiful way. If you don't let go, they will escape.
Okay.
That is, if you brought them up well. If you brought them up in a helpless manner, they will stay with you, wingless birds, all right? Wingless birds have happened in some very extreme climates. So if your birds at home are wingless, that means you have an extreme climate. That's what it means. Now, when I say involvement, you must understand this. This idea, this is something that's in common usage, that I was brought up this way, I was brought up that way, or I was raised this way. I thought we only raise cattle. Human beings need not be raised. People say, I was raised Hindu, I was raised Christian, I was raised this. Nobody should be raised anyway. Because when it comes to creation the way it is, for all the other creatures, nature has drawn 2 lines. Within that, they live and die. When it comes to a human being, nature has drawn only 1 line, baseline, no top line. So the important thing is you should never raise them. Your business is just to create a loving, supportive atmosphere. Oh, suppose they become something which is not like me. If they become like you, that's a crime. They should become something that you could not imagine as a generation, isn't it? What should your children become? They should not become what you desire, they should become what you could not imagine. So do you have the courage to raise something that you cannot imagine? First of all, you need to understand, your children are not yours. You don't own the life. It's a privilege. They came through you. You enjoyed all that. You laughed with them, you cried with them, you played with them, you enjoyed all that. But they don't belong to you. They only come through you. Just enjoy the privilege that they are with you now, and that's about it. You don't try to raise them. Your business as a mother is to protect them against a few things which can cause damage to them, because you're not the only influence, there's a world influencing them. And for a modern mother, because I have to tell you this because internet is a bigger influence than mother or father or anybody for that matter. I know this may look like an archaic opinion, but you will regret this in future if you don't do this now. At least till they're 12 to 14 years of age, there is no need for these things, these gadgets. They must learn to use this gadget. This is the most sophisticated technology on this planet. This human mechanism, isn't this the highest level of technology in the universe that we know? There may be some alien who's better than us, but we have not seen. But among what we have seen, this is the highest level of technology, isn't it? The only problem with human beings is they have not even bothered to read the user's manual. Now what internet means is, What your school means is, the present level of schooling, what it means is, cram yourself with all kinds of things. You pay attention to everything, you know what is inside a frog, how a frog's liver looks. What are you going to do with this? I'm saying every high school child is cutting open a cockroach and a frog, what for? I'm saying when you bring up children with this level of cruelty, a live frog, you open it up and enjoy his heart beating. What are you made of, I'm asking? You call this science? I call this inhumanity. I call this absolutely senseless way of raising your children. Oh no, we learnt so much. If they've learnt so much, that is enough, show it on a computer how a heart beats. Where is the need for everybody to open up a live animal nailed to a piece of wood? Almost all of you have done it, right?
It was traumatic. Yeah, I was traumatized.
No, I'm saying we call this education,
Yeah,
a heartless education. What is the point of a heartless education? If you do this kind of education, you'll create a heartless society, which you're seeing in so many different ways. We are training children to become brutes. See, if I can nail a frog to this wooden platform, cut him open when he's still alive and screaming, and look at his heart and how it beats, I enjoy it, and I fiddle around with his liver, I'm saying, at another level, why can't I pick one of you and do the same thing? Only because there is a law, I may be stopping, isn't it? Yes or no? That's what it amounts to, isn't it so? Only because there is a law against it, I may be stopping. A law cannot make us human beings. A law can control a few things in the society. This will not shape human consciousness. Because human beings experience themselves in a certain way, we thought of bringing that in the form of law. But law will not make a human being. If you are human, you will naturally be in a certain way. This must come forth. If you want to bring up your children, if they're still below 5–6 years of age now, the best thing to do is not expose them to all these things, expose them to life. When I say life, there is nature, there is insect, there is animal, there is worm. I'm telling you, these creatures are far more important than you. Tomorrow, if all the insects disappear, you have… the entire life on this planet will cease to exist in about 4 to 5 years' time. Do you know this? If all the worms disappear, the entire life on this planet will cease to exist in approximately 18 months to 24 months. When somebody calls you a worm, you must understand they're saying you're a very important life. But if all the human beings disappear tomorrow morning, this world will flourish. So we must understand, we are not the only life. We are here as a product of all this life evolving to this place. We must at least show some sign of evolution, isn't it? We are supposed to be the peak of evolution on this planet. Should we not show that we are a little better than them?
Right.
But we are not showing this simply because we are screwed up with our scriptures, our textbooks, our teachings. No, please expose them to life. Child will understand life perfectly well. They are better equipped to perceive life than you are because they are not structured in their head. They perceive life. Oh, what will happen to them? How will they earn a living? If you allow a child to develop his body and his brain to the fullest, there are ways to do it, I can't go elaborate on this now, but there are ways where we can ensure the human body and the human brain has grown to its full size in every way. If you have a full-grown body and full-grown brain, they will know how to deal with anything for that matter. Half-grown brain but you're highly educated, what is the point? You don't know how to live. You may know how to extract something from the world, but you don't know how to live. Isn't that the fate of humanity right now, unfortunately? They know how to extract something from everything. I want you to know, they're extracting protein from microscopic bacteria. But still human beings are not healthy. So we know how to extract, but we don't know how to live because we are paying attention to everything. We are not paying attention to this. This needs attention. Not in the mirror, not through somebody else, but inwardly, beyond this body, beyond this mind, to know what is the nature of my existence. The more you know about this, the better you can handle it, yes or no? Yes. How far is it? What do I have to do for this? How far it is? Should I book a Himalayan cave for myself or my child?
It's gone already.
It's already gone, taken.
Yes.
It's taken, no accommodation.
It's taken.
It's like this. Someone came looking for Isha Yoga Center in southern India. They came to your local village and asked a boy who was sitting there, "How far is Isha Yoga Center?" The boy said, "It's 24,996 miles." I said, "What, that for?" He said, "Yeah, the way you're going, if you turn around, it's 4 miles." We have to turn around, in is the only way out.
We've come to